Hello my friends, I'm Jihondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 4, the Express Only Challenge. So for today, I have taken a quick look around the map and decided on a game plan. And it starts here at the lovely and fairly large city of Fort Runwick. I originally was going to run a quick road over here to Grenly, and then I noticed that the only bridge here is taken up by this little house here, and I decided at that point to cut Grenly completely off, because that's the kind of jerk that I am. Anyway, so from here, from Fort Runwick, we're going to head north up to Avondale. So a fairly large city as well. From there, we're going to zip to the west into Grodatten, or Grodhatten, no idea how that's pronounced. And it's going to have a little bit of a split because there was two cities that I wanted to connect near it that are on opposite sides of each other. Up here at Gesningham, and down here at Trading Port. There was nothing else around this one that I cared too much about, so that just kind of ends. This one had another one nearby, this nice city of Nartney. It's a little bit on the small side for a force, but it's big enough for what we're doing, so we'll connect it to there, and then zip that back down to reconnect over here to Fort Runwick. And then one of these will have an airport. I have not decided which one yet. Come on, thank you. But as to which one, I have not decided. And it probably doesn't really matter. As long as it's out here somewhere, it shouldn't make a huge difference. So probably, if I can fit it, I'll just put it in as part of this. And I'll put that with a question mark even. That way I'm sure it's odd. Because while I'll probably have to put it out here, it may count as Bardingport, not as Fort Runwick, but that's okay. Actually, the airports count using the rightmost middle square, so I probably actually have to put it over here. But either way, we will figure that out right about now. Let's get going. We have no smalls, we have the city still, and we still don't have the international, so large airport it is. City size, and yeah, out here somewhere. Yeah, I guess that will do. Guess technically it picks up from this oil well as well, but that's fine. We're not that interested in that. We then do want a... Well, this is going to be kind of in the way, isn't it? That's okay. We'll make it work. We will make it work. Probably a station over here. It's going to be coming in from this side and going out this way, so it doesn't really matter whether I face it this way or this way, I guess. We'll just do that. If that's going to be a bit tight, maybe I should face it this way. Yeah, that's a lot better. We'll put it right there. Now, can I still place the road ones without them getting too mad at me? Oh, I can still. They're just too far away. That's not going to add much value. That's only covering a very small portion of the city, but oh well. Oh well. So let's figure out where this is going to fly to. Our main network is basically all around over here, so we need to find one that's got an airport. You do. Lesdingstoke has one right there. Okay, that's where we will connect then. That is good enough for me. Most recent plane we got was the air taxi, which is not bad, but it's still not quite as good as... Where did it go? Oh, I never even noticed that one. We have the supersonic. The capacity is terrible, but the speed is ridiculous. But I think we are still just using the Darwin 300s. So we'll stick with that for now. Make sure it is set to passengers mail. Yes, it is. Set your route, hangar, runway. Whee! All the way over here to hangar and runway. Lesding-Stoke. What's the chances I spelled that right? Let's check. Nope. Lesding-Stoke. Okay, good. So we called it right. It's very important to name things correctly, right? To Fort Runwick. Awesome. Okay, let's make sure everything is kosher here. It should be, but let's make sure. Is it just me, or is that a bit loud? Might just be my volume settings. I have to wait for another noise so I can see on my output here. Need something else to make some noise. Somebody make some noise. Yeah, that's still a little bit loud. Sorry, just a second. I'm just going to try to bring the volume down if I can remember where the volume is. Not there, clearly. No, that's just whether it's on or off. Okay. Just a second. Sorry about this, folks. It's just incredibly loud in my ears, and it's not doing me much good to have it at that volume, since I'm already very nearly deaf. Alright, let's try that. Again, I need you to make some noise for me, game, please, if you could. Yeah, that still seems awfully loud. Alright, well. Yeah, now I'm a little concerned that that might be bad, and it's annoying too, because I had all the sound settings set up and they've been fine for ages, and now all of a sudden today they're acting up. Not cool. Well, it wasn't much at that station. Let's see if we... And this station isn't even active yet, so this will definitely be a non-profitable plane for a little while. But so be it. So be it. Actually, even only to carry about a quarter load or so, it still did alright. So I guess that's alright. Let's get the autosave going here. Alright, well either way we know it makes that trip just fine, so we won't worry too much about that. Okay, let's get the trains going here. Alright, so we're coming in from this way and leaving up in this way. We're going to have to dodge Barding Port. Not a problem, we can do that. First, though, we have to dodge this little forest, which would have worked a lot better if I had placed these in the right spot. Briefest of delays. Why try and figure out what I did wrong and then fix it? That's okay. I think we're sorted now. And I think... No, not quite. Alright, well, that's okay. We will just come over here and make a little run across just to get away from that city. Okay. We do need a spot for our turnaround, which I guess can go right about here. Signal. Okay. And this side will be coming in from here. Don't know exactly where yet, but somewhere around there. There's a bit of a hill there, which is unfortunate, but unavoidable. Let's give ourselves the turnaround for this side. Awesome. Okay. Now let us get rid of this little sign. We don't need that anymore. And come all the way up to Avondale. And it's going to be heading generally west from there. That's why I started putting these little parts on my notes. That way I don't have to go and look for it to come back for it. I've already found it. Very helpful. I like doing little things like that just to make my own life easier later. Anyway, let's put this out here where we can get at it. Or should I put it here, maybe? Maybe I'll put it there facing this way. No, I think I'd rather have it up here. It's a little bit closer, which in turn means the road ones will be better able to reach deeper into the city, and therefore be far more useful. Okay. Good, good, good. Again, there's a bit of a hill there, which is unfortunate, but we can do the turnaround before the hill, and that will be okay. Now, I think I know why the sounds bother me. I'm pretty sure I normally have the sound off, completely off. I think that's why that's bugging me so much, I'm not used to hearing it at all. But, oh well. Hopefully it's not been too loud. If so, I will adjust before next episode, so we don't have to do that again. I probably should have tested ahead of time, but I didn't think anything had changed, so it shouldn't have mattered. Foolish me thinking computers would behave if left alone. I don't know why I would have thought that. Used to work in tech support, I should have known better than that. But anyway. Oh well. Okay, I've way overshot that, looks like. Because I have to come down here to get past that hill before we turn diagonal. Oh, there's a hill there somewhere as well. There's just far too many hills in this region. Let's try cutting across here. Maybe that'll be better. And looks like there's a hill here too. Way too many hills in this area. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be a messy, messy, messy little run. So many extra turns it shouldn't have to do, but oh, there's a hill right there and right there. Oh, this is a terrible, terrible area. Alright, let's try backing off and trying it up here. Nope, that hill goes all the way over there, so that's not going to work either. Well, if it was back here. Nope, it's no better. Well, yuck. Yucky, yucky, yucky. is so very yucky. Okay, that's not quite what I thought you were going to do with that. Okay. Alright, let's back these off both sides and do a gigantic flattening. There. Let's see if that's any better. Yes, that should be a lot better. Okay. There. So that's a horrible mess, but we made it. I guess we might as well put the depot up in that mess to make it look semi-deliberate, even though it isn't. But we'll pretend it is. And I guess that will do. Alright, we are up to the 40s now, which is awesome. And I actually should set that by intro date in case something else shows up while we're doing and I don't notice it. Because apparently the pop-ups have not been working very well or very often for me. And I don't know why, but I don't like it. Alright, that's Fort Runwick to Avondale. To Avondale. Okay. You will exit depot, head to Avondale, and back. Okay, let's just verify I've got turnarounds on both sides there. Turnaround there. I do not have the turnaround here, which I don't need yet, but I will do now so I don't forget it. Because forgetting things is my superpower. There we go. Okay. Actually, on the subject of superpower, I have a really great background somebody found. Or made, maybe, I guess, I don't know. But I found it. And it says, you know, it's a picture, silhouette of a guy with a cape going, and the caption is, "What's my superpower?" And it says, "I can look you dead in the eyes and not hear a thing you said." And that's actually probably closer to my superpower because I am very nearly deaf. Anyway, start the train, start the clock, make sure everything here is good. And still on the topic of superpowers, it reminds me of a really funny article I was reading many years ago. I think it was Wizards of the Coast, but I might be mistaken in that part. And I clearly have not got signaling happening here correctly. Apparently, this company, whichever one it was, and like I said, I'm not 100% sure who it was now, but they had a board up for, like a whiteboard, for the employees that they could write on to put ideas and such. Yeah, that's the one that's wrong right there. And at one point, the question was, what's the most useless superpower? And of course, people came up with all sorts of great ideas, like, you know, being able to tell what color socks you have on without looking, and, you know, stuff like that. But I think my overall favorite was the your superpower is the ability to turn your superpowers on or off at will, but that's the only one you have. So you have the ability to turn your abilities off. That's it. I thought that was hilarious, but if you have your own idea of what would make an awesome or useless superpower, leave me a comment. I'm quite curious to see what people think. It's kind of funny. It could be quite funny. Alright, this is looking a lot better now that I put the signal on the right side. And we have full load. We turn around nice and clean. Alright, looking better here. Looking a lot better. I don't really like this particular run because there's so many hills in it, but it's a pretty powerful train, so it's not so big a deal anymore. early on in the game, you really want to try and avoid hills as much as possible because the trains just don't have the power and acceleration to deal with hills like this. But so, I mean, yes, it still struggles up the hill, but it then gets back up to speed really fast. So it's not that big a deal. All right, go make me some money. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So that was Wendell. And we're heading generally, oops, no, I wanted the sign, not the city. Generally westward, specifically to here. And we're going to want to split. So probably I want to try and get the station. So we're going up here and over here. So I probably want the station here. Oh, it's not going to be able to reach the roads though if I do that. Alright, I guess I want the station here maybe? Can't really sneak. Oh yeah, there are two squares there. I can sneak between them. Alright, that's what we shall do then. We'll put that there. Okay, that counts as Gradatin, which is fine. And then we will... I should have just done a 4 directly, but either way, it does the same job. It's still a 4-way station. A 4-lane station. Okay, so let's put the roads in right away so we don't get locked out. Because they're angry at all the forests I'm wrecking. Seriously? That's how far I can put it? That's not that useful. Alright, well, so be it. And I better put the other station in now because it's so close it may get angry at me. Well, they may get angry at me, I guess. So let's get those in right away and then we'll worry about getting all the connections up. Because I'm sure me going like this was really meaningful as to what I was about to try and figure out how to say. Come on now, I said you're supposed to know what that means. Oh, oops. Did not actually want that one. Misclick. Okay. Alright, let's get the basic train tracks in. So this one's going to be coming in from here. And then it's going to be continuing on and up to Gesningham here. So we can have this do it just a straight run for a little while before turning. And the reason for that, as I'm sure you figured out, is so we can have a train turnaround point here. Probably didn't need to be that long, but it doesn't really matter. And that means we should also have a turnaround on this side. So we shall. I just had a complete and total brain meltdown. What am I doing? Right, they're coming back this way. Wow. Okay, my brain just completely lost the ability to understand what I was doing. That's not good. Okay. On this side, this one is never going anywhere, so it's just a direct turn. Nothing exciting there. And then it's going to be coming out to connect to this one. But we can do that after. Let's get this connected back to here first. I think I'll take the small bridge rather than turn, turn, and turn. That's fine. Okay. down. We'll have to dodge this other little city here, but that's fine. Something like this. Give or take. Come on. Thank you. That's not looking so good, is it? Alright. Okay, let's back this off. Try to flatten this somewhat. Sort of. That doesn't look like it worked real well, does it? And nope. Most assuredly did not. Let's try flattening from this side. Okay, let's try that. That's a little bit better. There, that should be good enough to get... Oh, it's not far enough. Okay. Okie dokie. It's a good thing I'm not trying to build anything for these guys. They probably hate me by now. After all the ecological damage I've done. Yes, now we're passing that. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. And there's another little hill here, so we'll have to do just a little bit of a kerjigger. That is not the technical term, but it's the term I'm going to use. And I'm sure you can figure out what a kerjigger is based on the context. But sir, what if the workers become recalcitrant? It is clear by your context what you mean. Anyway, okay, let's get in a depot and stop trying to make terrible jokes that nobody understands, even yourself, and we'll move on. Okay, so 40. Plink, 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 and plunk. And you are Avondale Grodatin. This blank one here will disappear on its own after a while. It's because I accidentally placed that bus station and then deleted it, so it's giving me some time to put one back if I still wanted it to be Trading Port North. Since I don't, I'm just going to let it expire, which it will do on its own after a little while. And where did I place the depot? Right there. So you go from there to there, and then back to here. That is optional. Close, thank you. Alright, let's go. Alright, so that's now active. And it's going to be a busy station, it looks like. So far, so good on this one. Minus all the curves and hills and such, but anyway. It looks like there's just a little divot there for... That's a shame. Anyway, not much I can do about that. Alright, you are full. Let's go make me some money. Because when you have 280 million, it's important to worry about pennies. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Now, let's go ahead and get rid of this one first, because then that's the end of the line there. Whereas this one is going to continue on, so I'll do it next. So we'll come up here to Gesningham first. Get rid of that sign. And place the station. Definitely facing this way. Probably... oh, there's a hill there. That's going to be very inconvenient. And I'm not sure if they're going to like me doing that, but we're going to try and get away with it. So far, they're not too angry about that. Okay, looks like they're okay with that little landscaping. I'm not ever entirely sure when they'll get angry and when they're like this, where they just completely don't care. I'm sure there's a very explainable logic to it, but I do not know it. So this is just a basic terminal endpoint. No big deal. Yeah, this is a very unfortunate little section, isn't it? Because this is going to be very short. Oh, I don't need a turnaround. There's never going to be anything there. So it doesn't matter. I don't even need a turnaround. Never mind. I was going to say this was going to be a very short bit of track to have a turnaround on, but I don't actually need one, so it doesn't actually matter. So that's fine. That is totally fine. I'll get past that hill, and in the meantime, let's get this one a whole lot closer so I can actually see what's happening. Okay. Hi, Debbie. Hi, buddy. I see you. Are you coming up? You come up here? It's kind of in use, but that's fine too. Oh, I don't think I want you to stand in there, though. You don't make a very good window, sir. Any chance you could sit down, lie down, help me in any possible way? Like, at all. Buddy. Come on. Lie. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Now I can actually sort of see what's going on. Kind of. Not a lot, but at least mostly. Anyway. Okay. Let's try not to make this a cat-dominated episode again, shall we, boys? You take over a lot of my recordings, don't you? Yes. It's almost like you want to be the YouTubers and I should just be the guy that cleans your litter bin out and that's it. I see. Alright, let's plunk you right there. And there. Okay. So 40, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Gesningham, Grodhatten. Okay. Grodhatten. Okay. And you will go from Depot to Gesningham to Grodhatten, with that being optional. Start, zoom, start. Make pretty. There we go. I take it it's auto-saving by how slow it's going. Yes, it is. Can't see the bottom of the screen no more, can I, buddy? No. You're putting me in challenge mode. Alright, You are now active, and you're going to be very busy. Oh, come on. Alright, slide through here, no problem. Buddy, where are you going? What are you doing? Just turning around to get a new perspective. Okay, that's fine. You are full. This part's all fine. We already knew that. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so that side is good and done. Already took the sign off. Alright. Get rid of this sign too now, because we know the next one's right here. It's kind of easy to get to. Pretty easy to get to. Might be easier actually to go from this side. Just go straight up. And then this side just go straight over, and we'll just do a very sharp turn. Like that. Because there's no need for a turnaround on this side, but there will be on this side, so better give this the extra room, since it actually will have a turnaround. Okay, and then from there you are headed down to here, which then goes kind of east-southeast-ish, so I probably want the station kind of up here, except that's so far away. But I guess that's what we're probably going to want. So we will go with that. So we shall. Okay. Alright, so we'll zip this out this way a fair while. And while we're at it, we'll do this right into some hills. That's not cool. Get our turnarounds done before we forget them. And same on this side. Very good. Okay. And we'll need the turnaround. Yes, we do need a turnaround on this side. So let's do that first before we forget, as I'm so prone to do. Okay. Now that does run into that. Okay. Okay. Well, then I guess we'll worry about it from this side. Okay. And then we'll have that zip across. Which means I way overshot it, but that's okay. We can get rid of all that stuff after, not a problem. Okay. Alright. So that's kind of an awkward little mess, but so be it. Okay. Now let us place our depot somewhere around there. Give it some signals around the area. And build ourselves a train. Awesome. Awesome. and then awesome. Nartney. Okay. Treading port. Nartney. Kitty, I must say you're not making it easy to use the keyboard. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. So you'll go from there to there and back to here. This is optional. Start the engine. Go look at the pretty engine. Start the clock. Okay, this is now active and will be fairly busy. Hi. Hi. What you doing? Hmm? Good chin her up? You like chin her up, huh? Yes, sir. I know you do. Alright, so you should now be able to pick up a full load here. Very nice. And swing it back around. And become profitable. Excellent. Okay. So that's that bit all nicely ready. So now we come back from here to connect down to here. If I was really clever, I'd put it onto here somewhere and then do some fancy double tracking or really fancy signaling or what have you, but I think I'd rather just have them completely separate and thus never interfering at all ever. I know it's more expensive, it does more damage to the land, having all these extra train tracks on them, but I still would take that over a fireball any day. So, if I'm wrong about that, so be it. I can live with being wrong. I've been wrong before, I'm sure I'll be wrong again at some point. After all, I am a man, and that's what men do. We are wrong. Just don't ever admit that to the women. As far as they have to know, we're right all the time. Even when we're not. What are you doing, buddy? We've discussed your capacities as a window are lacking. We have discussed this, sir. No, let's not sit on my head. Please, sir. Sir, thank you. Not entirely sure I'm comfortable with this either, but maybe we can go with it briefly until my neck gives out on me. Which I'm pretty sure it will if this stays much longer in this really uncomfortable position. Can't say I'm a big fan of it. But as long as the kitty's happy, right? It's all good? Yeah, it's all good. Oh wow, I actually ended up putting these almost pretty much spot together after all. Unintentional, but kinda neat. Ah yes, one of you. Right. Okay. Okay. So you're going to be a hassle. I understand. I understand completely. Very well. We will go with this. Though it is awful, we will go with it. Anyway, somewhere around here is probably a good spot for the depot anyway. So we'll just put it right there. Good enough. 40. Where do the passengers go? There we go. Passengers and mail. Excellent. So you are Nartney, Fort Runwick. Okay, buddy, this is really not working for me. How's that one spelt? Nartney, okay. Oh, this is painful. Okay, thank you, buddy. You found the perfect spot once again. I tell you, it's a good thing you're so cute, or I wouldn't do this. I really wouldn't. In fact, I'm going to set this to be an either way maintenance because it's very, very long. I'll make them both optional, but I am going to put capacity in for it to get to the depot from either direction because that is a very long run. Buddy, please stop moving. Buddy. What are you doing? There's no reason for you to be moving so much. You're doing it just to annoy me, aren't you? This is some kind of game to you. I'm sure of that. And I'm right, aren't I? This is just a game to you. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, so it's got a full load. That's good. Get rid of that. I don't think it's going to be picked up on the microphone, but Smokey is completely asleep and snoring right at my head there. It sounds very cute, but it's very faint. I doubt it's picking up on microphone. Oh, I forgot to make it pretty. There we go. Okay, excellent. Turns around, no problem. It should have no problem getting back up here to complete its circuit. I'd like to see it use its maintenance, but it probably doesn't need it yet. Okay. Either way, though, it's definitely working. And is definitely profitable, so we can leave that as is. We're not quite time control, but we're really, really close. So I don't think we want to start any major expansion. Let's just take a quick look through the vehicles, make sure there's no missing upgrades to be done, and then we'll call it an episode. So we had already seen that we had added a couple here. The air taxi being the most recent one. I mean, it's certainly tempting just because of the massive speed, but the capacity is so much lower. And that's still plenty fast enough. It's not like this is going to make that much difference, so I think we'll just stick with the Darwin's 300s. Excuse me. And there's no new helicopters. I will check boats, but I'm expecting disappointment. And I am receiving disappointment. Okay. That's very normal. Okay, so we upgraded all those and all those. Okay. Let's do this by intro date again. Okay, so that's an older one. So again, I went for capacity over speed. And that's just a straight downgrade. And they were introduced in the same year too, that's quite unusual. I don't think I want to give up that storage space just for a small reliability boost. That doesn't seem worthwhile. That's a way older one. Buddy, why must you keep turning? Nothing has changed on your left or your right. Seriously. And, oh, there has been a new one. Okay, it is faster. Oh, this one's just for goods. It's not a cargo one. It's just goods. So it's really, this one's the only one to choose from. I'm not really interested in goods because I'm not actually transporting those. The only ones I'm using these for is mail. So this is not helpful, even if it was better, which it's not. I would not be able to take it. Fair enough. And trains we have just looked at, so I'm quite sure that nothing is happening. We are done with the 30s. And there's not a new train yet. Okay. So we are all up to date on them. Let's take a quick look at our opponents. So Mail AI has just restarted and so far has not done anything. And Jalin has been steadily making about 17 grand a year and is just banking it. Okay. Let's take a look at the old headquarters. Very nice building, which means I'm probably a chairman. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Looks like we're bringing in ballpark 14 mil a year. Very nice. Very, very nice. And the last thing I want to look at is how's the old mine doing? 2,295 with a 90% transport rate. I think that's pretty good. Okay, well, that sounds to me like an excellent spot to put a cut in for this episode, so I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today, and until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.